I mean, what is there to really say at this point? Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Stats Video Cast. Recapping this afternoon's first game of the doubleheader between the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets, as the Phillies lose 2-1 to the Mets as they get walked off in the bottom of the 8th inning. But we did witness some history today from Nola. Now, guys, before getting into this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. So, first off, let me just start off with this. Congratulations to Nola on striking out 10 consecutive batters. So that is just amazing. Congratulations to Nola for doing that, as he ties Tom Seaver's record for the all-time most consecutive strikeouts. We haven't seen this for 51 years, ladies and gentlemen. 51 years his record has stood, and today it was finally tied. And it easily could have been broken. He had Pete Alonso at a 1-2 count, and he doubles down the right field line. So he's this close from having that record to him for the most consecutive strikeouts. I mean, that is a big deal. So we witnessed history today, ladies and gentlemen, in Flushing. And as Gary Cohen said, the SNY booth for the Mets, just yards away is where Tom Seaver did it. So that's pretty cool too. He did it against the Mets, which I thought was pretty interesting. I mean, I'm just gonna say that again. I mean, just congratulations, 51 years. That is a really, really big deal, and it was an honor for me to see it on TV. It was. I mean, if you're a Met fan, a Philly fan, especially if you're a Philly fan, and all those in attendance, I mean, that is cool. That is cool. I mean, you witnessed history right there. I mean, there was history made today. Forget about what the Phils did late in the ball game. We'll get that a little bit later. But I have to say, I'm very, very proud of. I mean, look what Nola did today. He's very, very good, and that is just great. And he's the last Philly pitcher to strike out, more than 9 batters in a row since Jared Eichhoff on September 28th, 2018. Now he stands alone in the Phillies record books with 10 consecutive strikeouts, and he ties Tom Seaver's record for the all-time most consecutive strikeouts. So congratulations to Nola. So I just can't stop saying that. No, this game was just extremely frustrating for the Phils. So here we go again. Here's another game where they had a lead. I understand it wasn't a 5-0 lead, but it was a 1-0 lead. But this was a winnable game for the Phils again. And I'm tired of ranting. I had that massive rant on Wednesday night, so I'm not really going to go too much on here. I mean, I'm upset, and I'm definitely going to let Rhys Hoskins here once we get to that point. It wasn't a very good throw, but I'm just tired. I really am. I'm tired of this team somewhat. I mean, I still love this team. I do. I'm just a little tired of all these mistakes. I just am. I'm tired of getting a lead and blowing it. I mean, it's just, man, it's just tiring. As we jump right into the scoring ceremony, top of the 5th inning, not only did Nola have a good day on the mound, he also had a good day at the plate. In the top of the 5th, he doubled inning line drive to right field. Nick Maton came around the scores. The Phillies didn't jump ahead to a 1-0 lead. So there's barely any offense for either side. Taijuan Walker over in the Mets was very, very good, and so was Nola. And I tell you what, helped himself out. He just missed a home run earlier in the ballgame. So Nola had a very, very good day at the plate and a very good day in the mound. And imagine how good he feels right now. I understand they lost. I think he had a great day to play, and he tied Tom Seaver's record for most consecutive strikeouts. I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, he's got to be feeling good. I think a win would have helped him feel better, but that's a whole other story for a whole other day. Then in the bottom of the 7th inning, oh boy, Jose Alvarado comes in the bottom of the 6th and gets out of a huge jam with the bases loaded, 1 out, and the Mets don't score anything. I mean, that was huge. I was pumping my fist, clapping like you can't believe. We're not so lucky here, as there's a little ground ball hit to Jose Alvarado. It wasn't a very good throw, a high throw, goes over Rhys Hoskins' glove. It was a catchable ball. And Rhys Hoskins, my grandfather, had this point too. His sunglasses were on the bill of his cap. It's just like, what are they doing? Bill? They should be in your eyes. That should be in your eyes. I mean, you can see the ball better. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's a catchable ball. Wasn't the best throw, but that's a catchable ball. And you know what? The Mets make us pay for it. As Francisco Lindor singles on his sharp line drive to center field, Luis Guillorme comes around and scores. The Mets tied at 1. So think about it. If we just would have made that play, we would have won this baseball game, ladies and gentlemen. I'd be sitting here right now saying the Phillies won 1-0. I'd be feeling good. I'd be giving Nola even more praise. And Ben Davis talked about this in the pregame for Game 2. He said, it's a shame that we can't keep talking about how good Aaron Nola was today. Because, you know, we have to talk about the negatives later in the ball game that the Phillies did. I tell you what, I'm tired of these kind of losses. I am. I understand you're going to have ebbs and flows, but I'm just tired of this. And about the 8th inning, Dominic Smith, after we failed to get the job done in the top of the 8th inning and push across the run, is totally just unacceptable. Dominic Smith singles on a ground ball in the right center field. Francisco Lindor comes around to score, and the Mets now win it 2-1. So they take the first game of a doubleheader. We all know Phillies do not play well in doubleheaders. And this was another winnable game. I go back to even the game in April, the first game of that doubleheader against the Mets. That was winnable. We blew that lead. So, I mean, how many times, especially in these doubleheaders, we are terrible in these doubleheaders. And that's one of the reasons that I can't stand doubleheaders, because my favorite team does terrible in doubleheaders. Duverher, it's just ice cold. I tell you what, average down drops to 251. He, you know, he's on this really long hitless streak. He looks terrible. Rhys Hoskins did not have a good day to play. Bryce Harper, all these strikeouts, over swinging like you can't believe. And he most likely made the All-Star game, voting ending for Phase 1 yesterday. He ranked at number 8 out of 9. And top 9 make it outfielders. And yes, he's moving on to Phase 2. That doesn't mean he's going to be making it. He most likely will because of how weak the NL outfield is this year, so he probably will make it. They still got to go to the MLB player vote. They still got to have the commissioner vote too. There's a chance that JT could make it. I actually read a little bit more about that today. Actually, a fan pointed it out to me too. I forgot about that. That's how he made it in 2019. I don't think he was voted in 2019 either. It just goes to show you what a disgrace this whole voting is. So I think there's a good chance we do see JT in the All-Star game now because of the MLB player voting and the commissioner voting. I still think Hart will make it though because the NL outfield, like I said, is very, very weak. So I still think Hart makes it. I do. I think he deserves it too. I think he's had a really good year. Alec cooled off a little bit today, but it's really not that big a deal. But how about Aaron Nola? I mean, 2 for 2 with the RBI double, pushing across the only run for the Phils in this game. Just to show the offense was silent. Tyler Walker silenced his Phillies lineup today. He did in Game 1. He really, really did. I don't know. I mean, this offense, it's just so inconsistent. Here's another example. Something can never be reciprocal. And what I mean by that is, when the pitching shows up, the offense doesn't show up. When the pitching doesn't show up, the offense does show up. So it can never be, it never can be both. It's always one way or the other. It can never be reciprocal. It can never be both. So it's always one-sided. That's a common theme. You saw it on Wednesday. I mean, pitching was just atrocious. Whole pitching staff, atrocious. And our offense, scored 12 runs and we lost a baseball game. You can't score 12 runs and lose a baseball game. I mean, seriously. You got to get your act together. I'm not going to go back to Wednesday, but honestly, I'm not over Wednesday's loss. I'm not. I understand I had that big rant. Still not over that loss, but whatever. Take a look at Aaron Nola's start. 5 1/3, 2 hits, 1 walk, and need 12 strikeouts through this 5 1/3. That's the last time he struck out 12 since August 5th, 2020 against the New York Yankees. So very good day for Aaron Nola, but I tell you, he's coming off of the worst start of his career prior to the start. So he was due. And how about that? I'm going to say it again. Some history witnessed today. 51 years it's been since we've seen a Major League Baseball pitcher strike out 10 consecutive batters. So I'm going to say it again. Congratulations to Aaron Nola. I mean, that's a great company. They're with Tom Seaver, one of the best pitchers to ever pitch in this game. And you're standing there. I mean, they're probably going to, as Tom McCarthy said, they're probably going to get the glove. And you saw they got the ball, the jersey, the glove. They're probably going to put the hat. They're probably going to put all that in the Hall of Fame. I mean, that's a really big deal. I mean, that is really big. You're going to see it in Cooperstown, probably. Staying along the side of Tom Seaver's jersey and glove and hat and the baseball. So that is pretty cool. I mean, you're joined by some good company. He was very good today. That curveball looked great. The changeup looked great. He wasn't hanging over the middle part of the plate. He was hitting those locations. That's what Aaron Nola. If Aaron Nola hits locations, it's game over. When he doesn't hit those locations, that's when he's bad. Because the hanging breaking ball gets knocked around because it just catches way too much of the plate. That's why he allows a lot of homers. But he was very good today. Unfortunately, his day was ended after the Pete Alonso walk. He was, like I said before, he was this close to standing alone in the record books and striking out 11 consecutive batters. And he was this close. Ladies and this close. He had a Pete Alonso in a 1-2 count, and he just couldn't finish the job. Double hit down the right field line. But how about Tom Seaver? We're talking about it. The way he did it, striking out 10 consecutive batters, he did it to end the game. So that's 10 batters that he faced. He struck out. And guess how many pitches he threw in that complete game? 136. Just goes to show you how many pitches they used to throw back then. The game has changed so much. The game has changed too much. I mean, now they more utilize their bullpens nowadays. I mean, there's no question about that. But Jose Alvarado gets the blown save, his second of the season. As of right now, Jose Alvarado is the closer, but not a very good start. But I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that throw he made to Reese wasn't good. It wasn't. But if Reese has got to catch the ball as a first baseman, you got to catch that ball. You have to catch that ball. And Reese has been a very disappointing defensive first baseman. And he had a pretty bad day today at the plate, so you can just chalk it up as just not a good day for Rhys Hoskins. I don't even blame Ranger Suarez. I understand, yeah, he allowed that, that walk-off hit to Dominic Smith. But that was an run. I mean, he's been great. I mean, his ERA is 0.66. I mean, I don't know what can you really be mad at that guy. I mean, now his win-loss column now 3-2 on the year. I'm not even going to really go hard on Ranger Suarez here. I'm a big Ranger Suarez fan. But what is there to say anymore? I said that, another thing I said to my grandfather, I said, what is there to even say anymore about this team? I mean, it's just like, it's so, like, predictable at this point, guys. It's laughable, and I think all you could do is just laugh. I mean, I don't really want to laugh because I don't find any of this funny. It's almost like, it's a laugh, you don't really think it's funny, but you're like, I just can't believe that. I mean, seriously. You almost laugh when you're in disbelief. Like, is this really happening? I mean, we are just falling farther and farther away. We have to win this second game here. The second game is already underway. I don't really want to give away what's going on. But I tell you what, there's no question about it. I'm very disappointed with what we saw in Game 1. I am. And, I'm very, very disappointed. And the offense needs to step it up. I mean, Taijuan Walker did a very, very good job against us. It wasn't like, it was like a 5-4 game. It wasn't like even though we lost like 5-0. I mean, this was such a winnable game. It was. It was. We've been playing a lot of winnable games. There's 2 games against DC. Winnable games. This game, right here, a winnable game. You saw in the West Coast road trip, like 5 out of 6 of those games were winnable games. I understand we won 2 of them. We could have won another 3. So these are winnable games that the Phillies are not winning. So this is a problem. And it just goes to show you, it gives me some hope. It's frustrating, but it gives me hope at the same time. So I'm extremely, extremely disappointed with the way this team has played. I don't think it even needs to be said. And I think some of Wednesday's criticism flows into today. I do. I don't think this is as bad. But it's another winnable game that the Phillies couldn't win, and they just couldn't get the job done. So they're currently back in action. Their first pitch was at 7:55. As they're wearing the red jerseys in Game 2, I'm so excited to break those out tonight. Video recap will most likely be out tonight, probably around midnight. So I'm not even gonna take any of this stuff away. I'm probably just gonna go and edit this video and probably see all this stuff here and just get the jersey out, the red jersey, and start recording the second game after the time I get this video uploaded. So that will most likely be out tonight. I better see a different. I mean, so far I'm not really gonna give away what's going on in that game, but we need to see the offense wake up a little bit more. Matt Moore. He started the second game for the Phils, I tell you what, I'm just very discouraged by this loss, but congratulations to Nola, I will say that. That's a huge bright spot you take out of today, coming off, I mean, there's some uncertainty coming off of that terrible start. He comes out today and does great. Standing there with Tom Seaver. Some history made today in Flushing, New York. So guys, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't done yet. Please hit the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. At Phillies Hats of Instagram, TikTok, and Instagram, call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshotstuff@gmail.com. Guys, thanks for what you're watching. 7:55 was the first pitch. Matt Moore going against David Peterson. And Matt Moore making his first start since April 17th against the St. Louis Cardinals. So it's been a little while. We all know he's on that rehab assignment for that little injury. Seems to time in the bullpen before that. So let's get a win here in the second game. We all know the Phillies are treacherous in these doubleheaders. So the Phillies lose game 1. Guys, thanks for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go, Phillies. Disappointed. I'll see you guys.